know what a Keurig is. More specifically, what a K-Cup is. They are everywhere, in our offices, at our homes, and even in our hotels. Shit, our grandmas even have them, and they don't even know how to work a TV remote, let alone an iPad. Have you all ever wondered why? I mean, why has Keurig become a staple in most kitchens, akin to that of a microwave or toaster? Might it be because Americans are obsessed with coffee? I mean, I know I am obsessed with coffee, but every time I find myself asking this question when I load up a K cup and hear the piercing of the little plastic bits and the growling from the machine. Something just doesn't add up. How did we just 20 years ago? How did we come from Folgers and Maxwell coffee grounds dominating the market with 80 to 90% of American homes having a drip coffee machine to 41% today having some kind of K-cup machine? In the US, a third of all coffee makers sold in 2023 were Keurig or Keurig compatible. I mean, that alone, right, is crazy. I mean, it's a one-use tool. The idea that that many are sold, and the number is just going to grow, as we see with the market cap that they've set for themselves just as of now. The way in which Keurig is shoved down everyone's face, you'd assume that everyone has one, or everyone drinks it every day. And it's just not true. Only 30% of homes in the United States have a Keurig, and they use that specifically. 30% is not that much, but I mean, it's growing, and it's going to continue to grow. And I found it absolutely disgusting when I realized that Folgers and Maxwell's, when they were in their prime, when they made up 71% of the market in terms of coffee grounds, their market cap was at $6 to $7 billion worth of sales. Now, that's nothing to shy away from, and it's honestly amazing. But then you look at today with K-Cups alone, just K-Cup products, and the market cap is at $9.58 billion. So they've exceeded the Folgers and Maxwell market way over the limit, and they did it with less than 50% of the market itself being purchased with K-Cups. That's insane. But, this number will just continue to rise. Money, especially if it's somewhere, people like to push it more and more and more and more. So you, the consumer, are going to be the one drinking the cost in the end. But while we're waiting for the rest of this video, I brought some of these beans in here. I'm going to make myself a mocha pot. Now, to give a shit about any of this, I feel like you've got to just really know how important coffee is and how deep it really is. It's been drank since 800 AD, started in Ethiopia, and it became what we know it as today around the 1400s in Yemen and around the Arabian Peninsula. Now, the first section I want to dive into to make it more specific to people who view this video is in colonial America. In the early colonial America, coffee meant rebellion. After the Boston Tea Party, tea wasn't just a drink anymore. It was political. Drinking tea was basically saying you sided with the British. Americans switched to coffee as a statement of independence, rebellion. Coffee houses popped up in cities like Boston, Philadelphia, and New York, becoming places where merchants, writers, and politicians met to talk business and revolution. A lot of early newspapers and trade deals were drafted in those cafes. They were the original networking hubs, the colonial version of LinkedIn, and the culture never really disappeared. Even today in DC, when someone says, "Let's grab a cup of coffee," what they really mean is, "Let's talk politics." Coffee has always been the weird kind of social currency, a symbol of access, influence, and connection. Now, to start, I want to also dive into post-World War II America. Now, before I do that, I want to show a couple ads from the late 60s. I'm pretty sure one of them is from the 50s. They're both Maxwell ads. Now, and I also have one for the Keurig for modern day coffee consumption.
Unwifely, McNaughton, go barbecue.
I still say don't serve your awful coffee with my steaks.
Oh, Mrs. Olson, he's always crabbing about my coffee. I could cry.
Attention, ladies, please. Right now, at the end of aisle 2, I've set out a brand new, can't-miss, husband-pleasing coffee.
Cocoa, and you'll always find your favorite.
With so many choices, Keurig has everyone's favorite. I just press this button.
The fast forwarding a couple centuries, post World War II, coffee has taken on a whole new identity. It represents routine, tradition, ritual. It's no longer a form of rebellion. The U.S. at the time, post World War II, was booming, suburbs spreading. The American dream was becoming a form of religion in a way for the American culture. The daily ritual of this American dream was waking up, having a cup of coffee, heading to work. We saw this with instant coffee and drip machines taking over the markets of coffee, Folgers and Maxwell dominating the markets and shelves of American homes, each promising the comfort of home in a jingle. Coffee became the smell of morning, the pause before work, and the comfort after dinner, the sound of stability in every kitchen. It wasn't about politics anymore. It was about tradition. The same drink that once fueled rebellion now represents peace, normalcy, and family. And come today, now coffee just isn't about the drink. It's about how it's sold to us. Starbucks, Espresso, Keurig, they've mastered the art of branding comfort. They don't market flavor, they market a feeling. Cozy mornings, warm tones, the hiss of the steam. Each frame of their ad sells an aesthetic before it ever sells coffee. The pumpkin spice latte isn't some personality trait. It's popular because it's good. I mean, it's a sweet treat. It nails the fall vibes perfectly. And what good marketing does, it ties taste to emotion. It's not rebellion anymore. It's not family tradition. It's branding psychology. We've gone from coffee as a shared ritual to coffee as a packaged product built on logos, taglines, and nostalgia. It's not about brewing or slowing down. It's about being told which cup fits your day. And the K-Cup, that's the peak of it. Pure convenience dressed up as innovation. All right, so let's talk about why K-Cups actually suck. Like, beyond the hype and the whole memes of it, what are the real issues? And I think the best place to start is their price. They're beyond expensive. A single K-Cup or any coffee pod costs anywhere from 50 cents to over $1. Regular coffee, whole bean or grounds, costs 10 to 20 cents per cup. You're literally paying 4 to 6 times more for a shittier coffee. That convenience, it's literally a convenience tax at its finest. The second biggest issue is the waste. Billions of coffee pods end up in landfills every year. In 2014 alone, if you lined up every K-Cup sold that year, they would wrap around the earth more than 10 times. Tiny little, like this big, tiny little pots, which is insane to conceptualize. Even the man who invented K-Cups said he has regretted making them because of how wasteful they really are. And that's the thing. The pods are marketed as recyclable, but they rarely actually get recycled. They're made with a mix of plastic, foil, and old coffee grounds. Recycling centers don't want that because the whole organic material. And they just end up sitting in landfills. And I would argue, in my personal opinion, the biggest reason why K-Cups are not it, why they suck, is it's just not good coffee. You're drinking stale, old, pre-ground coffee that has basically been sealed for months. A lot of the times, this coffee is also freeze-dried coffee, that of an instant coffee. The machine isn't brewing either. It's just blasting hot water through the pod. And the coffee you get itself, it's not even the correct dosage of what is required for a single cup use. You're basically just drinking. Now for part 5, the alternatives, because I don't just want this video to be a punching down or punching up, if you will, of just K-Cups. Now, while K-Cups suck and they are bad, there are so much better options. And honestly, almost anything is better than a K-Cup. Now, a lot of people have a perception, and rightfully so, that coffee and people who consume a lot of coffee, make it their personality, are very pretentious, because they are. I mean, you go on YouTube and you try to search up some coffee videos, whatever it be, you'll find people with a designated section of their kitchen, like an entire island, filled with $400 specialty grinders, $2,000 to $4,000 espresso machines, and it's set up in a very aesthetically pleasing way, right? But that's not what anybody really needs. It's unnecessary. And I mean, I can name 5 just cheap, way better alternatives for making coffee that are just as fast and honestly way better brew than any Keurig could ever produce. I'm thinking a mocha pot, like you saw earlier in the video, costs less than $20 on Amazon, or you can find one at Goodwill for like $5. French presses you can basically find at any grocery store in the United States. You can also find them online for extremely cheap. And I mean, Vietnamese drip coffee is another thing that I have found personally at a Goodwill. Literally found it for $3, and it works perfectly. And an AeroPress. This is like $40 bucks, $30, but even that, I mean, it's a really cool way of making coffee. You do it through air, basically. And all of these options are cheaper than a Keurig, cheaper than one pack or one box of K-Cups, and at most, it's taking 4 to 5 minutes instead of a K-Cup, which takes around 5 seconds. So all you're basically paying for is a better brew for a cheaper price and for a better experience. And so, in conclusion, when you look at the full story, coffee in the United States of America has always reflected who we are, in a sense. It began as a symbol of rebellion, something colonists used to break from British control. Then it became a daily ritual of post-war home, a small, stable moment in a optimistic growing country, as well as implementing traditional values. A lot of that stuff was it has a lot of the old ads have a lot of misogynistic origins, but that's besides the point. And today, it's been reshaped by branding and convenience into something fast, disposable, and marketed more than it's brewed. The K-Cup is the clearest example of that shift. It costs more, wastes more, and tastes worse. A product designed to be quick, not meaningful. It takes everything coffee used to stand for, ritual, flavor, connection, and reduces it into a plastic pod that outlives the person who even bought it. So yeah, K-Cups are convenient, but convenience isn't the same as quality. And when you choose real coffee over a plastic pod, you're choosing taste, value, and something with actual meaning. And that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching.